Okay. And so we return back. Elevator just crashed. Bruised and battered but alive. Saboteurs, best efforts. Find the way to the bilge. Drain the flood. Free your children. Alright.
Quickly, Mantis. Find the entrance nearby.
The children weep in the darkness, and the flood waters continue to rise. Oh, yes, this thing. So cool. Okay. Frame rate's a lot better now, which is good to see. Oh, here we go. That's right. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells will not bound. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate in using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 in Brandenburg infusion vitae to 1 part organ monad dispiral fluid is sufficient. This can be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Schumann? I think Schumann. Intravenous? Intravenous? I think intravenous. Probably intravenous, actually. Not intravenous. This game likes to use a lot of fancy words. The centrifuge. Some violet bastard of 2 composite ingredients. I should figure I would find them close by. Alright. Holding pens first. Nice scream. Hi! And he's gone. He's just gone. He's all gone. Upset the acquisitions. Another one of these things that I cannot go in. Because there's an invisible wall over. Can I pick these up? Nope. They are bad potatoes or something. I don't know. Some of this level design kind of reminds me of Quake 4 a little bit. I like it. Oh, here we go. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where'd they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding their teeming stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. All the process it is, the reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children whisper to their dreams, "You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again." Very grim stuff indeed.
Over there. Place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hawk, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
And this door was locked just a second ago, and now it's not. Aha. You. Oh, shit. This one can actually kill me. Okay. Ooh. Hey. A proper elevator. That is...
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have
to find another way to the tunnels. Take care of this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors. Ooh. I can't break those anymore. Ah, it's the... okay. Aha! Nice. Okay. Door there. I go this way. Aha. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with a syringe. After the expected convulsions and spasming, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body with a large tank of Compound X and introduced an altering current via induction coil for the period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced. However, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in the acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps yes. It is after all known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid within the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. I'm gonna quick save right here. And the game is gonna freeze for like 10 seconds, apparently. And then that doorway's gone. And voila. There are no doorways at all. And the steam's gone. Because I'm losing it. Alright. Now, low temperature storage. Here we go.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, no, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement in my lungs or in my vomit. I pass cots of my organs now onto my filthy stone. Drink it this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that, because of the changes they ripple inner me. My teeth sneeze out, scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all, gathered what I can, pushed them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not all us can take the change. On the other table, a beast under the blanket. I'd never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket. I could hear it, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Pleasant. And this is gone. But there's a wall. Now there's a doorway here. Or there used to be a wall, but here we go. Hi. You're not gonna catch me. See? Told you. And then, where's the button? Oh, there it is. Where's the compound? Right here. Yeah. So-called compound access section. Investigate further for clues. I gotta put it on that, that lock. This door here. And then shine the Schumann lamp up on it. Ooh, another Dark Descent sound effect. I remember that one.
Down here, Daddy.
Faster, faster. Yeah. Oh boy. Into the shithole we go. This leaking world. A bottle of gin was empty. Sleep seemed impossible. Above the skyline of London, he could only see the temple rising into the the smog. Not the song. Lovely. This is a lovely place to be. These are the cleanest sewers ever. Alright. Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, dehaired, and scraped ready for gambroling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept a constant temperature by passing excess high pressure venting from the engines, via the boiler and series of large copper pipes in the stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine, there is a component that must be kept at a consistently low temperature, which controls operations of the processing of product throughout the system. Along this, refrigeration is of the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from the certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of convection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
Sewers are indeed flooded. Smell is unbearable and makes me gag. Saboteur flooded the tunnels through. What did he try to achieve? Or hope to achieve? And then there's a water monster that is easy to avoid. Oh man, this sequence was freaky when I first played this. 'Cause, you know, claustrophobic corridors. And then the sound of the pigs, and then you can see them through the gates. You never know. And it just makes you on edge, because you never know if they're going to come get you or not. And there you go. A very electrified water monster. The sluice gate. Sluice? Slice. Mandus, drain the waters. Open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you. Several of the older forms have breached their containment and areas and escaped the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Chelm, and I am no Eliyahu, at least, not quite yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open that is to blame. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant as we do at the center, where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by freezing temperature of those towers up there, where the air is hot and fetid. They become overheated, and their duality tears them asunder. As the other places flies from their cells and their vitae splendors, they live sporadically, torn from one world to another and back again in violent, unpredictable bursts. For a few seconds they are creatures of this world, then they are torn away and cease to have physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds have driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed, and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. These are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. So now I just need to drain the water from gate 2. There we go. Now I can go this way. Stay away from the walls. The shit-piled walls. Here we go.
But we can save them. We
can set them free. We can replace our rotten old world with a clean new one. You sound every bit the fanatic.
How can I be otherwise, Professor?
How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement? And your engineer, this visionary with whom you embarked upon this course, does he show your visions? Yes, he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. This is not the great civilization he has worked for.
And so
You said about things immediately upon you.
Naturally,
These things cannot be left upon the trees, and sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles. Alright. Now for these balls. Nice animations. They look very they look very nice. Man. And I said, "Look, my darlings, can you see it?" And they said, "Yes, Daddy. Yes, we can see it. A tall, weathered cap of steep-sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt, stone folding away from the summit, vines crawling and intertwining the stucco serpents that thrive about the steps, a palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten, and this is where the king sat, and this is where the priest lived. This is the house of the dead, and here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall upon their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darlings, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps their tragedy was that they could simply not spill enough blood to prevent the sky from falling in upon them. That's done it. Themes are belongs. Clear the path to the center of the machine. Alright. Yeah. Spray lock number 2. Wait for this to go all the way back around. And now I can turn this one. And then turn this off. Oh boy. Oh yeah. There's the engineer pigs. And that's a wretch. Just gonna shove him out of the way. Yep. What an asshole. That looked like it hurt. Oh boy. I will not face... Let's see. I watch them sleep and eat. They place the way they play, and they are so very human, so childlike. I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. By your own hands. Oh yeah. And then... These are one of the most interesting parts of the game, for sure. I can never tell what this one was doing, but... It's just sitting there. At least that's what it looks like. Alright, then here's this one. Alright. And there's one sleeping. And that one's just sobbing in the corner. That's fucked up. I love it. Oh boy. Ow. Why did that hurt? Ooh, 2 ways to go. They probably both lead to the same place. In fact, I think they actually do, so. Oh boy. Ooh. I think this is the bilge. Yeah. We've made it to the bilge. From tie to spine, he placed his head in the vise and spun the wheel until the skull cracked and the thoughts leaked into his shoes. They relieved the pressure for a while, but it soon returned. Excuse me. Ooh, another one.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound
Found a
conversion
version
in
of
Mexico,
Mexico, Miss
Mr. Mendes.
Amanda's.
You could not have seen it
Seen
yourself
herself
and
and
not,
not, Professor.
As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the traitors of the so-called process. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean. You took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer. Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
He's here! I said you'd come.
These must be the bilge pumps. Yep. Clearly rushed. Thus, if I locate the controls, remedy will be simple. Oh boy.
Ahead, the trickle to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set them free.
Another ghost. Can I actually jump onto this pipe here? Nope, I cannot. Alright. Whatever. Alright. Just turn this valve. This is where one of the ghosts were standing right here. And then there's a big mask in there now. And now we can continue. This way. Cannot help but feel I'm trapped in this in some great game. Yes, you are. You really are. The promised reward of my darling children. Oh, bridge is gonna break. Yep. This way. Oh boy. Alright. I know this is a dead end, but just for the fuck of it. Here we go. Oops. This way. And you put, yep. Take this gear, put it in, and then turn the valve. Simple enough. Whoa. Flood is drained. The saboteur's beat. My heart pounds with excitement. Final scent beckons me to enter, as Lily once lay on our wedding bed and summoned me into manhood. Ooh. Very cool. Yeah, I want to see the other side of this first, real quick. Nice. 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 Alright. Dust particle in my face. Alright. Alright. Now we've made it to the reactor. The children dancing. They pulled the child loose from the thresher, or at least what was left. More where that came from, and the foreman apologizing for the inconvenience. Curled in my bank, all sick and sweat-ridden. They can't clean my room about me, but I can only hear the voice from within, the gentlest of stones. It sings to me, and I dream of a great engine. We will build a new world from the ruins of the old. We will plant flowers in the rotten ribcage and let them grow to hold the sky from falling. I remember how it whispered to me, as we rolled sick and heaving. And I remember when we pulled into the Southampton, and we both wept, for it was every bit as much of a desolation as had been sung to me. And then we came to London, and I set it upon a mantelpiece, and I went into the house and gathered the servants, and set on recrafting them. And then I went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls under the weeping bulges of the rhododendrons. Whoa, Heart of the Machine. Fought through dark tunnels, great engines, foulest of beasts. I've set my covenant and drained this flood. I am come for you now, my darling boys. That's definitely flooded. Here we go.
And you came then to London, and you set me upon a mantelpiece, and then you went into the house and gathered the servants, and we set, you and I, on recrafting them, and then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls alone.
Children, Mandus, to spare them the world you have created for us all. Oh man. Nice. Oh dear God. Dear Christ, what is this place?
This looks cool. I love this. I love all of this.
I tried
so hard. I will uphold my promise. I will always protect them for you. My eyes are your eyes. My heart is your heart. I will rip them loose from this rotten world and set them to burn. All to save them. Alright, this way.
And they feel no pain, The process is completely humane.
Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition?
Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the
orphan,
orphan. Ask the whore. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
Alright. There's gonna be something that I'll have to, move out of the... Wait, what did I just oh. One of those lights. Yep. So now I can, I will be able to put all the rods in place now that I've done that. Okay. Number 1. There we go. 2's done. Number 3. See. 4. See. 4 and 5 are... Okay. Oh, I see. All right. I am coming, my darlings. I've almost saved you.
Quickly, quickly, the air is thin. The little faces turn blue, Magnus.
They suffocate. They suffocate.
Daddy, Daddy!
Now, Madness. Set them free. Set them all free.
Oh boy. The moment of betrayal.
I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption. You promised me my children. My time is come. More pig. More pig.
Boys. Boys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's pretty fucked up. Mandus Saboteur. There are feats of engineering contained herein that would make even those clever fellows in the Institute reel with envy. Herine.